guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Glory here. If you're new to my channel, thank you so much for stopping by. Do not forget to click the subscribe button before you leave, and also click the notification bell as well, just so you know whenever I upload a new video and you stay updated. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking about hair porosity, knowing your hair porosity, the types of hair porosity, and also how the characteristics of each types of hair porosity. Or it's sort of like a series I'm going to do. Basically, it has probably 2 episodes. I don't know. Is that a series? Is that when something has 2 episodes, can we call it a series? I think so. But anyways, this video is going to be talking about all of the information about hair porosity, and then the next video is going to be me testing my hair on screen so you guys can see what my hair porosity is. And also, maybe if you guys want me to also use my housemate's hair as well, so we can all see our hair porosities and know what hair porosities we have, basically comparing. Or I could do a 3rd video comparing. I don't know, let me know what you guys think. So we'll just go straight to the video. First up, what is hair porosity? Hair porosity basically means how well your hair can absorb water and moisture. How fast or how quickly does your hair absorb moisture, and how well does it retain this moisture it has absorbed. I cannot speak anymore. So there are 3 types of hair porosity. There's the low porosity, the medium or normal porosity, and the high porosity. So there are 3 different ways to find out your hair porosity. For me, I tried one out like a while ago, but I've been seeing that people tend to argue the fact that you cannot just use one strand of hair to be sure that that is your hair porosity. So they came up with 2 other ways you could also test, which means there are 3 ways you could test. And if you do these 3 tests and your hair happens to fall under the same category of hair porosity, then that's great, you found out your hair porosity. And also at the same time, people can have different types of hair porosity. Maybe in front your hair might absorb moisture or water really fast, at the middle it could be normal, and then at the back it could just get dry really easily. So it all depends on the type of hair you have and the type of hair porosities you have. So first up, the shed hair test. So the shed hair test was the one I actually tried earlier on to know my hair porosity. Well, apart from that, I can see like other characteristics in my hair porosity as well to know that, okay, this is my hair porosity. So the shed hair test is the one where you take a glass of water and then you put your hair strands in it. Make sure it's clean. A clean hair strand into a glass of water and leave it for about 5 to 10 minutes. And if your hair remains at the top of the water and your hair is just floating at the top, it means you have low porosity hair, because your hair cuticles are tightly spaced. They're not really open, they're mostly closed, so that would not allow water absorb into the hair. If your hair is in the middle, like it's not down below and it's not at the top, it's not floating, then you have the normal hair porosity, which means your hair absorbs water and moisture at a normal rate and level, which is great. If your hair sinks down to the bottom of the glass, it means you have high porosity hair, which means your hair absorbs water and moisture way too fast and really easily. Like your hair follicles are open, or cuticles, I don't know, is it cuticles or follicles? Basically your hair absorbs water really fast. That's what makes it go to the bottom of the glass. So basically that's high porosity. That's for the shed hair test. And then for the next test, which is the water test, when you go into the shower and you want to wash your hair, take time to see how fast your hair absorbs the water. When you pour water on your hair, does it like run through your hair and just go down? And when you touch your hair, it doesn't feel like it has absorbed the water? Or does it absorb the water and feel moist and you know like there's water in your hair? Or does it just absorb all the water and when you leave the shower it dries up immediately? So basically for this water test, it's basically you checking how well your hair absorbs water. Or you could also use a spray bottle, spray it on your hair. If you see that the water just flows out, you have to continuously keep spraying the water for your hair to feel damp or wet. It means you have low porosity hair. There's a high chance you have low porosity hair. And if the water just gets in on a normal rate, and if it's not too much, maybe you spray it and it gets in on a normal rate, it probably means you have normal hair porosity. And also if it gets in way too fast, when you spray your hair with water, it absorbs it, and then 2 minutes later your hair is dry, there's a high chance possibility you have high porosity hair. For the third test, which is the strand test, for the strand test, you basically take a strand of hair from different parts of your hair, and then you take your thumb and your finger and slide it towards your scalp. If it goes really smoothly, there's a high chance possibility you have a low porosity hair. And if it goes smooth but then you feel some, you know, just a tiny bit, there's a high chance you have a medium porosity hair. And when you do the same test and it's rough, your hair strand is rough, it means you have high porosity hair because your follicles are open. Or is it cuticles? I should probably check it out. Those are the 3 ways to find out your hair porosity. So now that we've found out our hair porosity doing the 3 tests, I'm sure you guys would have tried out these 3 tests to be able to know and determine what hair porosity you have. Now I'm going to talk about the characteristics of each type of hair porosity. So now I'm going to talk about the characteristics of low porosity hair. If your hair takes time to get wet or get soaked with water when you're applying water on your hair, then there's a high chance it's low porosity hair. Another characteristics of low porosity hair is product buildup. When you realize that you moisturize your hair with like the butter, the cream, the oil, whatever you use to moisturize your hair, and you want to moisturize it the next time, maybe in a couple of days time or in 2 days time, and you realize that the product you used previously is still sitting on your hair, which means you have product buildup, that's also a characteristics of low porosity hair. Oils tend to build up. Oils do not penetrate really well into your hair strands. That's a characteristic. That's why they always suggest to use light oils on low porosity hair. Another characteristics of low porosity hair is your hair takes longer to dry. So maybe when you wash your hair and you leave them in twists, it takes after like an hour or 2 days. Sometimes you can touch your hair, you can still feel some wetness there since you have low porosity. But anyways, yeah, that's it. And then now to the characteristics of normal porosity hair. Basically, normal porosity hair is the good child of the family, if that makes any sense. She absorbs water and moisture at a normal rate. She requires very little maintenance. She requires low manipulation. You can moisturize your hair today and come back in 2 days time and your hair still feels moisturized, not dry, not product buildup. It's moisturized, actually moisturized. It has bounce and it bounces easily just because it's moisturized and you can see it, you can see the goodness. And then it easily absorbs and retains moisture and water. It holds styles well, like it holds hairstyles well. Like if your hair is like medium porosity, it can hold different hairstyles very well. And then now to the characteristics of the high porosity hair. It absorbs water and moisture very easily, which means you might have to use more product because your hair can get dry very fast and you might want to, you know, keep on moisturizing it. It often feels dry because, you know, it absorbs everything really fast. You know, when you're feeding something and it keeps eating, that's great, but yeah, it absorbs everything really fast. High porosity hair can be often seen as frizzy because it just absorbs everything really fast and then makes the outside part of the hair look dry. So those are some of the characteristics of the high porosity hair. So now I'm going to share with you guys ways you can care for your hair types. So for low porosity, after you've taken the test and you've realized most of the things I said and you happen to be falling under low porosity, well, I would suggest you use heat, not hair straightener. No, don't do that to yourself. Maybe you use a heating cap while washing your hair. You use hot water or warm water. Do not use hot water on your hair. You're going to burn yourself. So use warm water or use water on the warm side. That just helps open the hair cuticles for moisture to go in or for the water to go in, which helps really easily. And also when you're rinsing out your hair conditioner and everything, still use warm water, so by the time you apply your product, it will still be open to be able to absorb that moisture you're trying to put it, so you limit your product buildup on your hair. Apply your product on damp hair, not drenched hair, like hair that is like soaking wet or dry hair. Try as much as possible to apply your product on damp hair. That just means your hair cuticles are probably still open and they can, you know, go into the hair, because when your hair is dry, the hair cuticles are closed, so the product is just going and layering on the hair straight up. You're not doing anything. No, you're not doing anything. Another way to care for your hair is when deep conditioning your hair, try as much as possible to have a hooded dryer, steamer, or warm towel or shower cap to deep condition your hair. That way it just causes heat, which means it opens up your hair cuticles and allow the moisture from the deep conditioner to go into your hair strands. Yeah, those are some of the ways you can care for your low porosity hair. Now to the normal porosity hair. The normal porosity hair, it has normal hair cuticles, which makes it easier for products to go in and stay, and makes it easier for your hair to be moisturized. So basically just continue deep conditioning regularly and taking care of your hair and moisturizing it regularly, and I'm sure your hair will be fine. I'm pretty sure your hair will be fine. So now we're going to talk about high porosity hair. Try to use minimal heat as possible because your hair already absorbs moisture really fast. Your hair cuticles are open already, so there's no need to use heat to open anything that's already open. It's already open, it's always open, so it will be open. You get me? Also, try as much as possible to deep condition often. Since your hair tends to dry really easily and really fast, you might want to deep condition it so it's always moisturized. Like, try to deep condition it as often as possible because your hair is naturally dry, or it absorbs moisture really fast, which means if there's no moisture there, it's going to dry. Which leads me to my next point. Try as much as possible to moisturize your hair regularly. After deep conditioning your hair, yes, you're going to moisturize your hair strands and everything. Try as much as possible to also moisturize your hair regularly. That just avoids it from getting dry, and when your hair is dry, it breaks. So try as much as possible to moisturize it regularly so it doesn't break. Another way to care for your high porosity hair is after your wash day, try as much as possible to use cold water rinse. For me, I have low porosity hair. I usually use warm water throughout. So if you have high porosity hair, try as much as possible after washing your hair out, use cold water to rinse it out, just so it locks in the moisture and it closes the hair cuticles so as a little bit, so the moisture and the water is absorbed into the hair well. Another tip which is really important with high porosity hair is when you're detangling your hair, try as much as possible to use white tooth comb and do it gently because your hair tends to get dry really fast, and when your hair is dry and you're detangling it, it just means that it's gonna break. It is going to break if your hair is dry and you're detangling it. So try as much as possible to make sure your hair is moisturized, damp, and when you detangle it, you take it gently because your hair can easily dry and then start breaking off. So be careful, be careful. I think I've come to the end of my video. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section below. I can answer them in my next video on hair porosity. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any more tips and tricks on how you care for your hair, let me know what hair porosity you have and how you care for it, the secret tips you do or what you do not do to your hair. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. If you have not clicked the subscribe button, please click it right now. If you enjoyed this video, please let me know in the comment section below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.